Yeah, still very sore, but not ruled out for tomorrow. He's going to be listed as questionable, and we'll see what another day does in terms of how he's feeling.
If he isn't able to play, how will this change your offense?
Well, obviously he's a big factor in everything we do, so we would have to compete to win a game differently. But it's a great opportunity for Kuzma to step into the starting lineup and play a bigger role.
What did he do today?
Anthony?
Yes.
Watched film with the group and watched practice.
How much thought was given to, obviously, it's a short gamer, to keep him here and just do more treat?
You have to. I'd have to check with the medical team on that. They just said that he's good to travel. Our people that would be doing the rehab with him will be on the trip with us, so it's best for him to be with those guys anyway. And if the flying or anything would set him back at all, then we would consider that. But I don't think that's the case here.
Obviously, a scary moment the other night. Is he moving much better than he was?
Much better than he was the other night. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
When you look at that starting lineup and Avery Bradley's back in there and he's doing a good job, how impressed have you been with KCP and his ability to then go to the bench and still make an impact?
It's unbelievable for him, for what he's done this year in terms of performing at such a high level, even through a shifting role, filling in as a starter when Avery was out and returning back to the bench and sustaining that high level of play. It's very impressive.
Based on what you're saying, it sounds like you're looking at the AD thing. Even if he misses the game tomorrow as a short-term injury, it could be a game or two as opposed to weeks. Is that fair to say?
Hopefully, but this is one of those things where he has an injury and we're not going to ask him to play through pain. There's a difference between playing through nagging pain and then compromising yourself trying to play through an injury. And we'll be smart about it. Take the long-term marathon approach with it. But as soon as he's ready to go and wants to get back in there, we'll let him get back in there.
Well, what kind of relief is that, just relative to?
What it could be.
A broken
Sure.
tailbone.
I mean, it could have been catastrophic.
Yeah.
It seems like we've avoided that sort of prognosis, and it's been good news everything that we've heard since the injury happened, and we'll continue to just keep an eye on it day to day.
If this opportunity for Kuz, just how do you, so he's not pressing too much, what's kind of the message to him to, of course he's not going to fill AD's shoes exactly, nobody can, but what are you expecting to see from him?
Yeah, I mean, the whole group has to elevate their game, and we've got to play a little bit differently and win the game a little bit differently. But for Kuz, it's not going to be really any different than what we're asking him to do throughout whatever role he's in, whether he's coming off the bench or stepping into the starting role. We want to be aggressive, looking to score, but have a mindset like the rest of the team to make the right play. But he's certainly going to, the more minutes he gets, the more opportunities he's going to have to impact the game.
Where do you think he is just on that? The times, like you mentioned, just making the right play. You think there's a lot of times he's thinking, or is it you think he's at a point where it's natural where you want him to be?
I think he thinks about it a little at times, but for the most part, I'm happy with where he's at, and he's going to continue to get his legs under him and find his way in what is a very different role for him this year than he was in last year. But I'm happy with what Kuz is bringing to the table for us.
There's all sorts of talent in this league. How unique of a challenge is it to game plan for Luka Doncic versus some of the other superstars?
Well, anytime you've got a superstar level player with a great support system around him, and with Dallas, it's the 3-point line and the lob threats. It's very, very difficult to prepare for teams like that. Obviously Rick does a great job being creative with the ways they use him, and it's a pick your poison type of proposition. All throughout the game as your game plan for these guys. So. It's tough a challenge as there is in this league.
I know Kuz wasn't there last time. You guys didn't have AD, and so that changed that dynamic. But is that Pacers game one you look at and try to learn from last time AD wasn't able to play?
Yeah, obviously we'll draw from that experience, but like you just alluded to, not having Kuz in that game was a huge factor. And it certainly changed. With the way we'll look tomorrow night as opposed to the way we looked that game.
Also, there's been some stuff that AD has played through, and really he's talked about wanting to kind of play through nagging injuries. When he's coming back from a fall like that, is is it sometimes necessary as a coach to kind of talk him down from getting too excited about playing through something and at the risk of making it worse?
Yeah, it's really case by case. You know what I mean? We want guys playing through pain when they need to, but we don't want guys compromising themselves or putting themselves at risk by playing through injury. You know, that's sort of what we feel is a difference. And this is a significant injury that we want to just make sure that we're being cautious about. But he's made pretty good progress from the time of the injury until now. So we'll see how he is tomorrow.
With AD, in terms of being cleared to play, is it mostly just a pain tolerance thing, or?
Yeah, it'll be communication between what he's reporting pain-wise and the evaluation of the medical team. Really be strictly on that. They'll give me a recommendation whether he's cleared or not, and then we'll make a decision at that point.
Do you feel like you guys have taken that marathon approach this year? Because I think there's a perception that LeBron and AD are just going balls to the wall kind of through everything right now.
I 100% feel like we have a marathon mindset with our group, and if there's reason for guys to be out, they'll be out. If there's reason for if there's not, then they're in the lineup. But I do feel like we've taken that marathon approach for sure.
Just to piggyback what Dave was talking about with Luka, 30-9 at this age, what impresses you the most about how he plays?
Everything. I think just his ability to light it up. If you don't bring enough help and put up insane scoring numbers, and then the fact that as our coaching staff likes to point out, he's seen double teams since he was 13 years old. So his ability to not only fill it up offensively, but read and react to whatever coverage, whatever kind of help or double team that you're bringing to him, and pick defenses apart is probably even more impressive.
You feel a little pride in the fact that Alex Caruso's 6th amongst guards in the All-Star voting?
Pride for him, for sure. He deserves it. He's a heck of a player. Big reason why we're having success this season, and very deserving.
Say Luka's seen double teams since he was probably 13. It was only 7 years ago. When you think about your time in this league and around this league, do you compare him to anybody at age 20 with that skill set?
Yeah, I don't know which guys in the league that have become great players. Off the top of my head, were elite right away. But certainly he's in a rare class, for what he's doing at such a young age.